This video is a second guided practice video for my beginner and intermediate students. We're going to start with a nice warm-up. It'll start on page 4 of the yellow Essential Elements for Band book. If you don't have this book, it's easy enough to follow along once you get the gist of it. If you do, go ahead and turn to page 4. We're going to start with number 1 today. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. On to number 3. It should be an E flat. 1, 2, 3. Number 5 should be a D. 1, 2, 3. Number 7, we should have a C. 1, 2, 3. And number 9, we should have a B flat. 1, 2, 3. Great. These next ones aren't written, but we're going to keep doing the same pattern. Whole note, whole rest, whole note. Let's go down to A natural, second valve. 1, 2, 3. G is next, sorry, G. 1, 2, 3. Down to low F, that's fingered 1 and 3, or fourth valve. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go ahead and work through some of these even numbers now to give you a chance at tonguing some notes. So we'll start with number 2. I'm going to keep our metronome friend on here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And here's number 4. 1, 2, 3. Here's number 6. 1, 2, 3. Number 8's next. 1, 2, 3. Last but not least, we have number 10. 1, 2, 3. All right, hopefully beginners are feeling pretty warmed up. You can continue with us to warm up on some of the more intermediate warm-ups. Again, if you don't have that PDF, feel free to shoot me an email. So let's move on to these intermediate warm-ups. Let's start today with number 2. It should be your F descending. Make sure you're tonguing every single note and then it has a nice clean start. Here we go with number 2. 1, 2, 3. Let's continue on to number 3. This time really focus on your tone quality. Make sure every single note's a very full sounding note. 1, 2, 3. How did your last note sound? That's the hardest note, I think, on maybe this whole page. Remember, if you have a compensating instrument, that means it has extra tubes on the back of the valves like mine does. You'll finger that 1 and 4. If you have a non-compensating instrument, if it has 4 valves up top, or if it doesn't have extra tubes but it has a valve down here, you're going to finger 1 and 2 and 4. Let's move on to some lip slurs. So last week we went ahead and started with number 4. Why don't we go ahead and start with number 5 this week? Again, let me play this one so you can get it in your ear. It'll be... And we'll just continue through all the fingers. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's go ahead and skip ahead. That was number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go to number 7. So this should be the one that goes up to D and back down. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And lastly, let's go ahead and do number 8 as well. This one's actually my favorite one on the page. So let's go for it. So 1 and 2, 3. Alright, I think we're ready to move on to a little bit of rhythm and sight reading. Last week we talked about triplets. This week we're going to talk about dotted 8/16 groups. So there should be a rhythm coming up on your screen now. And I think most of my students that are watching this count 1 E and da. So we'll try that first for 16th notes. So just watch, you don't need to clap it this time. We'll have something like 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3. Does that make sense? So let's try that. Hear it one more time. We'll have. All right, so in your head the whole time you're thinking, right? And we're getting, yes? All right, let's try it out together. We'll need a metronome for this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 E and 4. All right, let's try it again without me subdividing. 1, 2, 3, 4. How'd it go? Okay, I hope. All right, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3 E and 4. All right, without the metronome now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did it go okay? Let's play it on the euphonium. Today I'm gonna play it all on F. As usual, play it on whatever you feel like. Let's put the metronome back on for this one. 1, 2, 3 E and
Did
that go okay? Well, let's get rid of the metronome and do it again. 1, 2, 3. One more time for good measure. 1, 2, 3 E and All right, so hopefully you've got this rhythm under your belt. We're going to do a little bit of sight reading. It should be popping up in your screen now. You'll notice it's mostly the B flat scale. But let's go ahead and clap or tap the rhythm of the first 2 measures, just the first 2 measures. So 1, 2, ready. Great. So what do you notice about the rhythm for the rest of the time? Is it the same? Is it similar? Or is it different? Hopefully you said it's the same. We're repeating the same exact 2 measures over and over again. So let's go ahead and clap, tap, clave that rhythm all the way through this time. So 1, 2, 3 E and 4. All right, so it's not too wild, right? And it's mostly based on the B flat scale. So let's just give it a try here. We're gonna start on that high B flat and work our way down to the low B flat. So 1, 2, 3. remember that the most important thing is rhythm. So hopefully that went okay for you. The next most important thing is the key signature. Did you play A flats or A naturals? Hopefully you played A naturals. The next most important thing is hopefully we played all the right notes. Did you? I hope so. Next up, we got things like articulation and dynamics. So you'll notice there's a crescendo every 2 measures from mezzo forte or medium loud to forte or loud. So make sure each 2 measure group, each 2 measure group is going to be getting a little bit louder, and then back to mezzo forte where we started. Let's do this one more time. All right, so I have to sneeze, sorry. All right, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that second time went a little bit better for you than the first time. Let's do it one more time, a little faster, and just see if you can keep up. So 1, 2, 3, and for this next little bit of sight reading, we're going to play a duet. We'll be playing the Battle Hymn of the Republic. It uses these dotted 8th, 16th rhythms a whole bunch. So I'm going to play it once for you guys. I want you just to listen, maybe finger along. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so it's not too wild. We've already learned these rhythms. Let's do it together once. 1, 2, 3. Alright, take a look at anything you missed. You can even pause it to take more time if needed. But next, I'm going to subdivide. And you guys are going to play it as written. So what that means is I'll be playing. So I'm going to play all the 16th notes to make sure that we're staying really even. On those quarter notes, I think I'm still just going to play long notes so that we can really line up there. But let's try it. 1, 2, ready. Sorry, I counted us off wrong. As you can see, this starts on beat 4. So I'll give us 2. We'll breathe on 3. We'll play on 4. 1, 2. didn't line up or you got super lost, try it again. But let's play this together one last time. 1, 2, oh, sorry, I did it again. 1, 2. All right, hopefully that was your best one yet. I'd encourage you to pause the video now and try it once without me. And then we'll come back and play it together with me on the bottom line. So I'll encourage you to do that. Okay, hopefully you paused it. We're going to do it together now. As you can see, your first note, you're gonna play totally by yourself. All right, here we go. So 1, 2, hopefully that went great for you. If it didn't, rewind, try it again. Last week we looked at the first line of Star Wars, and you are gonna make sure to perfect it throughout the week. So let's go ahead and just play that first line together then. Here we go. So, ready. Awesome. Hopefully that went great for you. If not, make sure you keep practicing it. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next line. Here we have a whole mix of rhythms. We start with the dotted 8th, 16th note, and we get into triplets. So why don't we just try it a little bit? I'm going to play a little bit of it for you so you can get it in your ear. We should have. Okay, let's see if we can just get that rhythm. So, get your sticks, get your clapping, whatever you want to do. We'll have 4, okay, 1, and 1, 3, and 4, and dot, 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 dot. Yeah, good. All right, so sorry, it's hard for me to say the counts. I don't have the music in front of me. So let's try that again. Same spot. Ready? Good, makes sense? All right, let's go ahead and play it all on one note. Why don't we just do middle F? It'll make it easy. So. All right, let's go for the notes now. Here we go. Ready? How'd that go? Let's do it again. Ready? Hopefully you have it. Let's go ahead and keep going now. Let me play for you the next little measure there. I think that one's easier. So let's just go ahead and play this one all on F. go. Ready? Wonderful. Now we have a repeat of what we already learned. So let's play this next little measure. Let's play that again. It's the same as this first measure that we learned. All right, last but not least, we have a whole bunch of dotted 8th, 16th rhythms. So let's go ahead and just play this all on F first. Ready? Not too bad. So we start with 2 Fs, F, F, and then up to B flat, B flat. Next note is A flat, G flat, F, E flat, D flat, C, B flat, low B flat, F. So let's try these notes now. Ready? How'd that go? Let's try it again. All right, hopefully this is coming along nicely. Let's try the whole entire line now. How'd that go? Hopefully it went okay, but let's do it one more time and maybe it'll go better. All right, that's your project for this week. Is to really iron out that second line. And next week, we'll play both the first and second line. So don't forget about that first line. Before I let you go, let's go ahead and just play through both lines together once. Hopefully you made it. Keep working on that for next week, and I'll see you then.